Good evening and Sai Ram to everyone. Sri Sathya Sai Baba says, all faiths are one and God is one. All faiths are paths leading to the same goal. Today, we Balvikas students are going to present a play depicting the marriage of Srinivasa, who is Balaji. When Ravana abducted Sita, it was Vedavati, who was a reincarnated birth of goddess Lakshmi, who took her place and went through the turmoil. After the epic war of Ramayana, at the time of the Agni Pariksha, Agni presented Vedavati along with Sita to Rama. Sita requested Rama to marry Vedavati. Rama promised Sita that he'll marry Vedavati in a future birth, as in this birth, he's the apostle of monogamy, and Sita is his only Addanki. Yugas later, all the sages assembled together to conduct a yajna for the well-being of mankind. Sage Narada went there and asked who will receive the outcomes of this yajna, and advised the sages to approach Sage Bhrigu, who has a third eye in his foot and who can walk through Trilok. Sage Bhrigu obliged and visited Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, where he was not acknowledged. In anger, he cursed Lord Brahma that he will not be worshipped in any temple, and cursed Lord Shiva that temples on earth will worship him in the form of a lingam and not in his physical form. After that, he went to see Lord Vishnu, who was with his consort Lakshmi Devi, and who also didn't acknowledge him. In fury, Sage Bhrigu kicked Lord Vishnu on his chest, to which Lord Vishnu fell on the sage's feet and apologized by massaging them, and crushed the third eye in the sage's foot. With this, Sage Bhrigu is delighted and told the sages that Lord Vishnu is the rightful owner for the outcome of the yajna. Since Lord Vishnu's chest is the abode of Lakshmi Devi, she felt insulted at the sage's actions and Lord Vishnu's silence. She left Lord Vishnu and Vaikunt and went away. In search of Lakshmi Devi, Lord Vishnu reached earth and resided in an anthill in Tirumala, and eventually he came to be known as Srinivasa. After some time, Vedavati took birth as Padmavati, and Srinivasa married her, thereby fulfilling his boon to her. At the same time, the promise given by Lord Krishna to Ma Yashoda for not witnessing his marriage was fulfilled when Ma Yashoda was reborn as Vakula Devi, who conducted and witnessed the marriage of Srinivasa. Now, let's watch the play.
On the banks of Ganga, all the holy sages commenced a yaga that was supervised by the king of Kashyapa kingdom.
Gurar Brahma, Gurar Vishnu, Gurar Deva Maheshwaraha, Gurar Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Narada arrived at the venue of the yaga.
Narayan, Narayan,
Welcome to the celestial sage.
delighted. What made you perform this yaga?
In the interest and well-being of all the living beings, this yaga is performed by the king of Kasyapa. Hey, holy sage, you please decide who is the rightful owner of the outcome.
It looks quite ridiculous that without even deciding the rightful owner of the yaga's outcome, you have started all this. Narayan, Narayan, entire world knows that I am biased towards Lord Vishnu. Hence let holy sage Bhrigu decide it.
In order to sort this issue, all the sages then approached Sage Bhrigu, who was deep in penance under a tree. Salutations to Bhrigu. You are the one who has control over emotions and brave enough to decide who out of the three murtis is the ritual owner of the outcome of yaga we are performing. We bow to you and request to take up this task. Oh, holy sages, I will take this up. I will visit the three murtis right now and select the one who is great, yet humble, and yet prime, yet patient.
It is great indeed that yet another time the world is going to be protected by the Lord Bhrigu. With an eye under his feet is another Trinetra who is absolutely angry in attitude. Hey Narayan, I have accomplished the task entrusted to me by you.
Bhrigu first visited Brahma, one of the three Murtis. From the sage, Bhrigu proceed to visit Lord Shiva on Mount Kailash. There on Kailash, Shiva and Parvati were in privacy when Bhrigu went there. Parvati, on seeing Bhrigu, moved away from Shiva and prompted him to visit of the sage. But Shiva was not pleased with the visit. O sage, how dare you intrude into our privacy? Was it any one of other than you, I would have beheaded him. Leave this place right now. What happens? Hey Shiva, in return to this treatment, your form only will be prey henceforth, but your true form will not be fit to offer prayers. This is the curse I am rendering them. Saying this, Bhrigu proceeded towards Vaikunt, the abode of Srihari, Lord Vishnu. Sri Mahalakshmi was serving Srihari, resting on a serpent bed, Seshatalpa, on the Milky Ocean. Bhrigu, who reached there, was enraged at the sight. Saying this, Bhrigu kicked Srihari on his chest, the abode of Sri Mahalakshmi, who was taken aback at his gesture.
Hey Bhrigu, I apologize for my indifference to your visit. Vaikunt is blessed by your visit. Hey learned one, your feet might be aching due to the long travel you had undertaken. Let me comfort them.
Sriman saying this, crushed the secret eye below Bhrigu's foot with his thumb. The sage was extremely happy. Though Lord of three worlds, Vishnu is the rightful person to receive the offerings of the yaga. Thinking this, he left to the earth.
Hey Lord, he might be a great sage. However, he did not regard your hearth, my royal abode, and dishonored its sanctity and insulted me.
Hey Lakshmi, we are bound to respect the learned ones. Hey Lakshmi, I cannot stay without you. Oh my beloved, I cannot stay without you. Please don't leave me. Please don't go.
Hey Lord, please do not stop me. I am completely broken.
I cannot stay without you. Oh my beloved, I cannot stay without you. Please don't leave me.
However, Sri Mahalakshmi left Vaikunt. Without her, Srihari became alone and moved to the beautiful Venkatachala mountains. He started staying in an anthill under a tamarind tree, close to a pond filled with clean and tasty water. In order to worship Lord Vishnu, Brahma and Shiva too taken the forms of a cow and a calf. Thus, the curtains of Kali Yuga started rising. To inform the developments of Sri Mahalakshmi, Surya went in search of her. Finally, he found her.
Oh mother, Sri Hari left to earth in search of you. Please meet him.
Is it true that Sri Hari has care and love on me? I don't believe. If he had that, he would have reacted aptly when I was insulted.
Oh mother, in service to Sri Hari, Brahma has taken the disguise of a cow and Shiva the disguise of a calf and left to the earth. You please sell them to the king of Chola.
Okay, I will immediately go and sell them to the king.
In the kingdom of Chola, the king was seated in the courtroom with his people when Sri Mahalakshmi, with the courage of a milkmaid, approached him in the deed of selling the cow and calf. Gopalaka started taking them every day to the nearby farmlands to graze. But the cow started feeding Srihari, who was residing in the anthil with her milk every day. Gopalika was thinking in his heart, every day this cow separates herself from the herd and goes elsewhere. I will have to check it out sooner. Thinking so, that day he started following the cow. Meanwhile, the cow reached the anthil as usual and started leaving her milk into it. Seeing this, Gopalaka was enraged.
Hey, Gopalaka, please don't harm the cow. No, wait! Oh!
Srinivasa then left the place immediately. He traveled to the nearby village. On reaching the village, he stood in front of a house.
Oh, mother, I am hurt. The wound is bleeding. Please tie a bandage to it. Oh, mother, I request you.
It was then that Vakula Devi came out and tore her sari to tie a bandage to his head. Srinivasa stayed back at her house since then. The celestial sage Narada left to meet Emperor of Tondamandala, Akasaraja.
Hey, Akash Raja, the Emperor of Tondamandala. Blessings to you. Welcome to the celestial sage Narada. Our kingdom is indeed blessed by your visit. Hey, learned one, will I not beget a child? Dear king, like the great King Janaka, you too perform a yaga, and your wish will certainly be fulfilled. I will meet you during my next visit, and now I'll have to leave. Narayan, Narayan.
Akasaraja prayed to Lord Ganesha and started plowing the farm. After a while from the plow, there came out a lotus, and in it there was a baby girl with a face smeared with a divine glow. Seeing her, the king was overwhelmed and picked up the child and handed her to his wife, Dharani Devi. Her eyes were filled with tears of joy and her bosom filled with nectar of milk, craving to feed the child. She understood that the child was sent by the gods to accomplish a divine task. Since she was found in a lotus called Padma, they named her Padmavati. Padmavati, on the other hand, started growing soon into a beautiful lady. On one destined day, Sri Mahavishnu, clad in royal treasures and ornaments, and with a bow and arrow, left for hunting. He was behind a wild elephant that ran into the royal garden where Padmavati, along with her maids, was taking a stroll. Seeing the wild elephant, Padmavati cried in fear. Hearing her cry, Srinivasa galloped into the garden and shot the elephant with an arrow. The elephant in return bowed to him and left us safe.
My name is Srinivasa. I stay close to this place. Can I know the name of the lotus-faced royal princess?
We thank you for protecting us from that wild elephant. She is Padmavati, daughter of Aksaraja.
Wow, what a beauty! Hey maids, I shall marry your princess.
You are crossing your limits. Stop this at once. If you don't leave right now, we will have to teach you a lesson.
After seeing Padmavati, Srinivasa couldn't forget her. He was looking lost all the time. She was appearing everywhere to him.
Mother Bakula, how are you? How is Srinivasa?
How do you know about Srinivasa?
Vakula, in your previous birth, you mothered Krishna himself. Since you couldn't perform the marriage of Krishna, you had obtained a boon then, that your wish will be fulfilled in this birth. Padmavati, daughter of Akash Raja, is none other than Vedavati. Their wedding is destined to happen at your hands.
I am thankful, O sage. I will work towards that henceforth.
So be it. I will meet Srinivasa and leave them. Narayana, Narayana.
O divine mothers of Kanchi Kamakshi, Kasi Visalakshi, please speak in my voice. Your name is Padmavati. You were born in a lotus, plowed in a farm. You are in love with Srinivasa, the Lord of 7 hills. He is the Lord of the 7 worlds. He is none other than Vishnu himself. You are the better half of him. The news of alliance with him will be brought by his mother. Your wedding will be celebrated by all the world. Now I shall leave.
Vakula leaves for Akasaraja's palace.
Salutations to you, Queen Dharani Devi. I am Vakula, mother of Srinivasa. My son has fallen in love with your daughter Padmavati. If you agree to it, I request you to arrange for their wedding.
You had spoken your wish. However, Padmavati's wedding needs the consent of the king himself. I shall let him know the purpose of your visit and send you a communication.
Very well, Queen. I shall wait for your communication.
Narad reached the abode of King Akasaraj.
Hey Narada, salutations to you. My kingdom had been blessed with your footprints. May victory be yours, Raja. You are lucky that you are going to have Sri Mahavishnu himself as your son-in-law. Can there be anything more auspicious than this? Hey, holy sage. Devaguru Brihaspati had said so on seeing the horoscope of Padmavati. I couldn't believe them. And now you're confirming the same. Akash Raj, destiny shall take its course. I will now take leave. Narayan, Narayan.
Srinivasa is along with Brahma and Shiva, is in a discussion in the divine court.
I have decided to get married to Padmavati and need your consent. Please let me know of it. Please arrange the money required for our wedding. I promise to pay it with interest until the end of this era. Please command me, my lord. Here is the money needed by you, my lord. Now please allow me to leave. Garuda, I will ride on your wings to reach the venue of the marriage. I am indeed blessed, my lord.
Srinivasa rode on the wings of Garuda and proceeded for the wedding. Among the gods, sages and other celestial beings, Srinivasa tied the nuptial knot to Padmavati and married her.
ఏడుకుండలవాడ వెంకటరమణ గోవింద గోవింద ఏడుకుండలవాడ వెంకటరమణ గోవింద గోవింద.
That was indeed an amazing performance. We would now like to call upon Ms. Addanki, the coordinator of Balvikas, and a lady who has put tremendous effort along with many other gurus in Balvikas and parents to make this Balaji Thiru Kalyanam a success and for you to see and witness this story. May I please call upon Mr. Sudarshan to felicitate her with a small momentum. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you very much.